Hey guys, welcome back. Let me know if you guys can hear me fine. Let me know if this sounds good. Okay, all right, cool. Seems everything is good over there. All right, so let's see if we have. Well, let's break this down first. So the market has already moved quite a bit. Just give me a second. I just want to see something. All right. I just want to jump to the hourly quick and see. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw my video earlier, not today, but before the week started, where I basically went through this. Let me just hide stuff here. So I'm going to make sure you guys can see it properly. All right, so I've put a video out earlier this week saying these two levels here is obviously the equal lows from back here, and then we've got some nice equal lows down here as well. All right, so but for now I'm focusing on these two levels, and there's liquidity up there. I just don't think we're going to go up there. I think price is definitely going to go to this fair value gap before it want to sell off here. We've already tapped into this first equal lows, which is fine, and then today there's a big push up. All right, so we're all on the same page. We're bearish. We're most likely going to take a trade in here. One thing that I missed, guys, it's Easter week, Friday. So I think the market's probably going to close early. And if I'm not mistaken, Friday is NFP as well. Let me have a look quickly. Just give me a second. So I forgot about Easter. So Friday morning 8:30 is non-farm. So with the market, obviously going to close early. I think it's going to be a quick move. If we haven't run liquidity up here, we might, do something in there and then drop to take these out, or maybe we do nothing. But that's just my observation. I do think if nothing's going to set up here, and as you guys can see, we're on our way to those in this big block box, which is the fair value gap on the daily, there's some equal highs, right here in another fair value gap, which is quite important. Let's just make it right. As you guys can see, there it is. All right, so I think it's important, to obviously to keep an eye on. So obviously the PM session is mostly for scalping, but I also think I want to go through the AM session setup just so everybody can see it. So obviously we've pushed up here, and now we're consolidating. So I guess there's an opportunity here. I don't like this red line to be that shallow for that 10 points, but definitely a scalp we could take here. Let's see how this trade. Yeah, I'm not. So this black candles here, break structure here, consolidate, been through these lows, bit of a mixed bag here. So I'll wait for this one to give me more information. I mean, if we go above there, if I say there, this high, yeah. I don't think this is like a high probability scalp, but we could try it for 10 points. Now let's try it for 10 points here. 10 points is there. Okay, so now it's moving against me, but I want to show you why I'm choosing that, or why I'm actually taking it as well. We've got these equal highs right here, and we've run liquidity down here. I know the drawdown's a bit bad right now, so let's go for 600. I know this thing has changed now. Let's give it some time. Okay, so let's see if we can run up here for that 600. Oh, maybe it's just going to run to these lows, maybe. See if we can get a bounce there. Alright, so while we wait, I do think price want to go there, especially if price want to go up here. But the problem we're going to face, potentially could face here, consolidation. So for price to go higher, you want to see price manipulate lower and then go higher. I'm going based on these lows that was run here with IFVG, fair value gap, and hopefully we get that bounce up into that. Could potentially go higher, but yeah, let's see. Bit of a silly trade. I should have waited for down here, get some sort of a confirmation from here. Guys, this week with all this red folder news, this trade here is a paper trade. So this is not real money. So don't worry about this. I'm not very eager to trade this time of day when it's NFP week. My big thing is to look for shorts up in this big block here, because I think there is where we're gonna get some good selling opportunities. The reason I take 600 here is I don't know if we want to go higher now, because there's equal highs up here. People will say, but Neil, you normally trade liquidity to liquidity. This is liquidity. This is the first liquidity. So in theory, I need to take this trade and see how this candle closed. Does it spike through to come back, because then we can see a further consolidation, or are we closing above 50%, nice big white candle? Okay, then we could most definitely target this high or even higher. And like I said, this wasn't A plus from a scalping perspective, and it was because of this dotted line. It was too shallow. It's much better if it's like over here, it's at the 89% level or down at the 11%. And if it goes from there and you ran liquidity and all of that, then it's a much more higher probability trade to take. But because, this AM we've already moved quite a bit, I'm not expecting too much happening this afternoon, but we've seen what can happen with Trump and the political situation out there. Anything can happen. But we're going to go through the AM session trade in a minute. I just want to see how this thing plays out. And I can then show you guys, and I don't know who took what position today. Maybe I should ask that first. Did anybody take any trades in the AM session? Any trades? The AM session. I'll show you guys my trade that I took in AM. I think this is more than 10 points. This is more like 15, I think. Yeah, 15 points. Okay, so now we get momentum here, but obviously even if this was good momentum, you got this fair value gap in the way, which could block price. So this is the line in the sand that will block price to go to the next one. If price smash through it comfortably, okay, well, then that's the next level in the sand. If we go through that, and then we can go higher. Much easier. Come on, give us that 600. Don't change direction. Yeah. So this is where you don't want to hang on. I mean, you want to get that 600 off the table. Okay, so there we go. 600's off. What I was going to do is put my stop at break even, because this is equal highs here, like what it's doing now, that black candle. If it closes a black candle below those equal highs, then we might probably come back down into the range. So we'll see how it closes, and then we can come back a bit later. So this is fair value gap, price stuck between. Be careful. Yeah, not good momentum, trying to take it through to these highs. All right, let's just see in the chat. Okay, so no chat, nothing from you guys. All right, let's take you to the AM session. All right, so let's take this off. Let me keep this on, because I'll show you the first trade that I took. This first trade, I'm just going to put it in replay quickly. Yeah, let's do it from there. All right, so before the market opened, there was liquidity. So this sell-off here took this low out, and there was a rejection there. You can't see it now because it's in replay, but price, this indicator already turned around to go above this dotted line 50% to show momentum. So I thought, okay, so we ran liquidity. It's showing a bullish momentum here. I want to see what's going to happen at this fair value gap here. And obviously target this equal highs up here, and then target this blue, the bottom end of this blue block. As you can see here, there's equal highs here, or liquidity. And I wanted to see price trade higher anyways. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this off. Just to show you guys. This big candle here, I've put an order in here above this fair value gap. So if it was going to run up, it's going to break through it and go for those equal highs. That's exactly what happened. We spiked up and went straight up to this blue block. That was a $2,000 trade. The drawdown was nothing. So that was a good trade. But that's not the trade we want to talk about. So that was just me. I always look for these trades when the market open. But that's a different skill and so on. All right, so now we've run liquidity here. So I was then looking at, when market ran up here, came aggressively down, there's a fair value gap. I'm going to mark these things out so you can see. Unfortunately, I wasn't in front of my laptop to record this. All right, so there's a fair value gap. Price inversed that. Why would I not have taken this trade? Why didn't I take the short? So there are people who took the short here. We ran liquidity and now we're expecting price to run lower. Okay, so I did not take this short for a very simple reason. This is a break of structure or swing point that sent price up. I need to see price break through that. I want to see, my strategy is, I want to see price run liquidity aggressively and aggressively reject it, which it did, but reject it through a swing, in this case swing low. There's your swing low there, there's one there, there's one there, but the nearest one is this one. Price didn't break through it. If it was going to break through it, I would then look for this black candle where it forms a fair value gap, a retest, and then I'll sell off. And I would look at the liquidity lower. We didn't do it. I stayed out of the market, and what happened? Price went higher. Now we take liquidity again. So now I'm watching to see if we get an aggressive move down and take a break of structure. We still haven't done that. And then we start consolidate and use this fair value gap as a support level. And then what happened? Where is the next break of structure? There is no break of structure here. There's your first break of structure. Maybe I must draw this out for you guys. Give me a second. If I can find something to draw. So this is your first break of structure. Then price ran higher. Then price ran higher, break another structure there, create a fair value gap above another fair value gap. And this, I wonder if this is a count. Yes. On that pullback into this fair value gap, that's where I enter a long, and I took a short or a closer position right there. Now everybody's going to ask me, how did I know this is where to get out? And I'm going to show you guys. And I'm sure no one has taught you this. I'll make a video at some point. But what I want you to look at is this candle here. This one here. And this was something when, I don't know, some tweet happened with Trump. Now what do we see here? We see a big candle up and a big candle down, which leaves a massive wick here. Now what does that mean? That means this candle was a big bullish candle at some point. And everybody bought, because whoever was sitting here and watching, or whoever had orders open, thought they're missing the move, they jump on. And then it reject immediately. Leave all of these people in drawdown. And obviously run this low, which is liquidity. And that's where people most probably have put their stops. And that's where long people would have get stopped out. But at the same breath, a lot of people see this as a massive rejection, times to sell the market. So people probably sold down here, and as you can see, We punched twice through it and then aggressively moved away and then gradually move away. We then obviously consolidate here. Never went above that. People think this is a safe place. And ran liquidity here, up, down, and sell off. This was I think the short from yesterday. Yes. And sold off. It then came back up. This is where you would have sold and you make money. But obviously there's some people that's greedy. They don't take profit. They try to ride it to, I don't know where. But anyways, the market did fall a lot. And this was a target. And at some point, if you didn't take profit and you thought you're going to hold on to this trade, I'm going to mark it out. If you think your stop was safe right there, in the future, price will come and stop you out. And because we refused to go lower, I looked to the left and I saw, we got this big liquidity pool there. And that's exactly where I think price will go. And this was another $2,700 trade. That doesn't look like much, but even if you didn't get in this trade here, there's another fair value gap. You could have got in here somewhere, put your stop there, and wherever I entered here, I moved my stop, I reduced my risk. I wasn't at zero, but when we reject out of this, I put it in profit and I took my trade off there. And then price went sideways and then dropped from there again. So that was the psychological or the logical place for me to take profit. Unfortunately, I did not take a long from down here because I thought we were going to sell off. Now, what's next? There's equal highs, equal lows right here. The market has not gone there yet. But I don't know what happened here when the market just shot up like there's no tomorrow. And like I said earlier, I don't think we want to see aggressive move through this if we want to go higher. And now this might just go sideways the rest of the day. And knowing that we've got liquidity up here and we've got liquidity down here. So we've got these equal lows, which is great. And yeah, there's another equal lows here. So with all the news, there's equal lows down here, there's equal lows down there. Nice big push up. Remember, I want to look for shorts up here. Now there's equal highs here, fair value gap, in a bigger fair value gap. If I want to turn bullish, I need to see price break through this and sell higher, and price higher. It's not going to do that because we are bearish, like we've seen, and until we do anything different, I'm not going to look for longs unless it's just a scalp trade. But at this point, we've moved up aggressively here, and now it's consolidating time. And anything can happen here, guys. This thing could run higher now if it wants to, but it might want to get. All right. I don't know if you guys remember last week I spoke about there are people trading a range. Okay, so we know now this is a range. So these are equal highs here. So there's a definite target there. So we could definitely see price go up there and come back to the midpoint. Or it could come down to this level and go back to the midpoint. So we'll leave this on and see if price going to respect that. But some people wait for these ranges and then wants to see price go to the extreme, which is the top 25% of the range, and then sell off back to the 50%. Then see price go in the bottom end of the 25% and then buy it back up to the 50%. So if the setup is in here, they will take it as price gets to the 75% or the top 25%, put a stop right here. In this case, we won't do this because we know there's equal highs here, so there's a very likelihood that price will punch through it. So if price actually goes through this and reject it, I will take this trade, I'll short it there, and we'll target 50% to see if price actually gets back to that. Hope that all, that was a lot. Hope that all made sense. Any questions? Is there anything you guys want me to look at while we're on the stream? Or did anybody take trades today that played out nicely? Did you learn something today? I know that I didn't stream at the AM session. I was traveling, so I couldn't get to my laptop in time. Let's see. Right, let's see. So on this side here, this is also liquidity, which is this. That's a trend line liquidity, and we've run that one. So we'll just leave it like that. So all of these lows can get taken. So this one have taken a low, but there's more lows left open here. Right, let's see. I was hoping we get some sort of a nice move now. Didn't expect this big move to happen 12:30. But hey, that's the game. Okay, now let's see. So this could be a long for us, and I'll tell you why. So small candles is a pullback, big candle push. Didn't close above this high. Let's take this off, but we did spike to it. Small candles looks like a pullback. And if this closed above there, then I would have be inclined to take some sort of scalp long here. Just take it up to that 20 or that 75%. Just because of the nature of it's a big move, pullback, small candles, expecting price to go at least to this high there. So that should be an easy target to get to, and that is 821. That's 20 points. But market is flat. It is consolidation, so it's not the best condition to trade in. Let's see, let's try one. And probably when I take it, it might, there's 10 points there. Let's see if we can get our 10 points. Okay, there's 10 points, so that gives us $1,000. And so the big secret about consolidations is not to buy near the top or sell near the bottom. Rather look for price where, in this case, it ran the bottom and it would make sense to buy obviously above here. There's a fair value gap. That was a good one to take it up there. But here you have to wait for price to go extreme to come back. And we'll see if we're in at 75% now. I won't just blindly take a short here because we know there's liquidity up there. If we close above this, it should be a good trade to then long it to that. But because of the nature of this price action in this consolidation, I wouldn't do it. See, now we got there and now we're stalling. Okay, so now this is where we wait. Now we see all of this happening, and now you think, oh gosh, let's just take a buy because that's like an easy trade. I've seen it where price get there, turn around and go the opposite. So rather wait. If we believe this is going to continue consolidate, I would rather take a short up here. But it's also good to wait for some sort of confirmation, because if we close a big handle like this up here, then it means we most probably just going to go higher. And so what I'm going to do, okay, I'm not going to do that because that's just silly. Let's see. Let's have a look. I'm on a different chart here. It's definitely bullish, strong bullish momentum. Okay, so we close above that. I'm taking a long here. Take another 15 points. And the reason I take this, it is break the structure with force. And there's a fair value gap, and it's inverting this bigger fair value gap. So I'm hoping for this momentum to go do that now. These are high risk trades, and that's why it scalps. And I don't scalp like 100 trades a day. I look for certain trades that make sense. See if we can get that push up here. So in this fair value gap now. We want to see this fair value gap hold price. Don't like what price are doing, but it can spike through a fair value gap, which is pretty normal, as long as the bodies don't close outside of it. Like that. That is not what you want to see, but where can it pull back to? It can pull back to 50% is done here. Wonder. It's 50% there, so it's that fair value gap. Right, let's see if we can get that push up from here. So we should have waited for this fair value gap here. Now we've got price stuck between two fair value gaps. If we really want this to go up there, we need to get price out of this fair value gap now. Now the other thing is, guys, this blue fair value gap here, we at the 50%, and that's where we reject it, which is fine. I want to see this candle that's printing now to close above it, because if it doesn't, then geez, this is going to be a bad trade. So we could go all the way down here. Let's see if we're just gonna keep this here. So if I want to close it, okay, this could be just a pullback. My line in the sand is this low here. If I really want to hold the trade, if we break down here, that's, well, obviously collapse the trade. And that lines up with the 50%. So now we've gone in here. Some people will short this to take it down to 50% here. This is a swing point here, so we might see a spike and pull back. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I took it off. So I'm pretty flat now, which was stupid. But yeah, now we just have to see. Maybe we come all the way down here again. And yeah, but let's see. So we're in deep discount on this trade, but we near the middle of the range is down here. So let's no. Right, so the macro is in 5 minutes, and believe it or not, this is a Okay, so let's see. Let's just momentum up here now. See why it's good to have patience and trade in direction of market structure. So definitely I don't want to go down that low. So see if we can get to that 870. Okay. Now we wait. And see our price was in this bigger fair value gap between fair value gaps. So it's not worth trading there, but if you OTE trader from ICT, I mean from here that was OTE, that was OTE, and there's your target. So you would have had some nice profits on the table already. Okay, so I think I can move that there. So I want to get to that. It's a fair value gap now that's forming here. Take all of this off. I mean, people think, why didn't I just leave the trade? Well, because we could quite easily go down, then my drawdown is much higher. And because I've already made profit of $1,000, I was happy to close at 1,000 loss, which obviously made me flat. Then I just look for the next trade, the next setup to take me there. So if I get this, okay, then I'm in profit for $800. But yeah, that's just the way I manage these, scalps. It's struggling to move. The price is probably going for this now. That fair value gap. Take this one off here. Hopefully see price don't plunge through this. Okay, a little equal lows there, so we might spike in here and then run up. Like that. And now I want to see price reject there and go higher. If we close below that fair value gap, that orange block that we're in now, then my stop is probably at risk. But if we close like this, then I think we'll run higher from here. Okay, so now I want to see price move higher. I do think if we run those equal highs, we might pull back again. So let's see if go on, take us higher in a bearish market. This is where it becomes crazy. I've seen price go to the equal highs and then drop, taking out all of these swing lows, because that's all liquidity there, right? Goes boom, 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 and then aggressively, poof, big up candle. Hopefully we don't get that today, and that's why I want to see what's going to happen up here. Okay, I'm going to take this off so you guys got a clear view, and then I'll mark this out as liquidity. This lines up with 50%, so we most probably will see some sort of a sell-off from here. And then I'll see if I can jump on that train to take another 10 points or so. Take this off here. Come on, don't. I mean, if this black candle closed below this swing point here, okay, then we're going down again. There's some nice equal highs here as well, in line with those equal highs, double equal highs. So let's see. Come on, punch through it. No, you want to. And then it all depends. The swing high here, that's a swing point now. If this candle spiked through it and closed below it, yep, then I'll short it. If it spiked through and closed above here, then we might pull back and then run higher. And I don't want to say it's not going to happen because it's late in the day but then again, guys, in this last 6 months, I've seen some crazy and weird price action. Do things that I thought will not be done. It's very manipulative right now. So that's why it's good to be overly cautious and rather take money off the table than try to sit and wait. So this swing point is not a protected low yet because nothing has closed higher. So I can't even move this stop to a better position. So now we just have to sit and patiently wait. Wanted to look at something. No, can't look at it now. Right, so look like we wanna run higher from here. All right, so we took the long on this momentum up here. I'm gonna just move my stop to that, and now I want to see prices go up here. Come on. See, our price is now just stuck there. And this is sometimes where you see consolidation and then this boom, aggressive move and pullback. I mean, we are in the macro window right now, but don't see anything's happening. Come on. Push now. Oh gosh. Go on, push up. We'll be patiently waiting here. Okay, so now we could see the push up here because we ran these little equal lows in this fair value gap. So now we could see a push up, hopefully. Like there. Now, because we ran it, now it's aggressive. Now we want to see price push higher. And if you really want to look at it, you'll see that equal lows and that push was at 50% right there. That would be an ideal place to actually buy to take it to that level. Okay, let's see. Is this equal highs? Oh no, this is, I just want to say I'm a bit confused, yeah. Let's take this off so we're not too confused. Still consolidating here, so it's one of two things going to happen. We're going to run up here first, then drop, or we could potentially drop first and then come back up. And that's not something I can gauge or anyone. That is a decision the market will make on its own. Okay, it looks like it wants to push, but let's see. What? Gosh, don't stop there. Don't stop there. Right, that's it. It's the trade. Now, how's this gonna close? See that pin? Could have taken a short right there and got my 10 points. Oh gosh. My luck, it will just carry on higher, yeah. Boom. 875, 865. See, that was 10 points just on that pullback on that one candle. So if we want to go higher, that's fine. Okay, so 50% of that wick is where price stopped. And let's see if it's going to respect it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my stop there. I want to see what price does here. If it's going to close strongly lower here. It's normal for price to come back to a liquidity level. I mean, this short is a very tricky short. Not because I'm bearish or anything, because if I've got this liquidity here, we ran liquidity, it might run it again, and then drop down to this liquidity. So let's see. Okay, so the swing point here is key. If we close below it, I think we might go lower here. But if we dance around here and not close below this point or even down here, then I think we might just stick around. So we didn't really close below here. Oh, now we've got this fair value gap. Be nice to see a close below here. Not a pin. No, going lower. Push lower. Okay, so let's see what price does here. I need to see price close below that swing point like that. If it closes like that, then we might see the push lower. Yeah. Okay, so we closed, and now we need to get through this fair value gap. Then we'll target this low here, and then we could go even lower. Alright, let's see if we can get down. See if we can get down, reduce my risk a bit here. Come on, don't spike through it. I need you to close through this. Alright, so now we can get, I mean, we didn't close on that, we spike. That's never a good sign, but let's see if we can get that momentum down to this low, which is this low that we are targeting. Okay, let's just reduce my risk to $90 here. Alright, so now we close below this, so I'm happy with that. So I'm happy with my risk here as well. I really think we would need to see this first, then this one. But happy to take 1,000 off here. Remember, when you scalp, you don't want to take home runs. You want to look for logical base hits. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we up what? Okay, don't look at that 4,000 there. So it's 114 and 900 actually. So about 2,000 rand. Or $2,000, not rands. No, so welcome, man. So I am from sunny South Africa. So going forward from next week, so obviously I was traveling today. So from next week, I will be streaming AM session and PM session. PM session is normally just a scalping session, normally an hour. And starting at, what is it? 2 to 3. Yeah, 2 to 3. If there's good price action, so it's best for you to obviously subscribe to the channel and put that notification bell. I'll schedule the live streams. This week, I've got lots of read for the news. And it's Easter and it's NFP. So I did not do AM this morning. And I think tomorrow might be also only be PM. Then on, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday. Then Thursday and Friday we'll do AM session, and I think Friday there won't really be a PM session to trade. Alright, so I'll just say normally AM and PM sessions. AM from 9:30. Sorry, 9:30. Nice. Jamaica living in Miami. Good. I've never been to Miami. I've been to New York. I've been to Texas. I've been to Mexico, my favorite place. And then obviously around South Africa. I've been to Europe. I used to live there for a while. And now I'm in South Africa. Born and bred in South Africa. All right, so here you guys can see. So we ran those equal highs. We ran liquidity here, but we've still got all this liquidity here. So, and then aggressively just jump from that. So just be careful. Luckily, we took our profits here and we didn't try to hold. And that's what's key about scalping, any session. Try to get your base. It's not home runs. Home runs is down here. As much as this looks small, some people want to go lower, and the market's got its own way of dealing with price action to go to certain things, certain levels. All right, and then from PM session, PM we trade from 2 to 3-ish. Yeah, 3-ish. Let's leave it at that. Nice. Good to see I get people around the world. I did have some South Africans the other day, which was great to see. But yeah, so for the new guys on the chat, so my channel is a new channel, and I'm trading ICT and beta market maker methods. I'm not one of those who's, calling order blocks and this and that and all of that. I've taken what I've learned from ICT and just certain elements, and I made it my own. So if I see it, I'll take it. If it's wrong and someone disagree with me on that, then that's your opinion. This channel is an educational channel, is to teach you guys how I trade, what I see, why I see it. I don't do after the fact price action here. I've taken people through step by step, live as I see it. The biggest problem with traders is they look at a chart after the fact and then you see everything. I think it's key for you to train your mind to say, all right, what do I see in price action right now? Why would I want to see price break down or run up? This run up here, I've got no idea. All I can tell you guys is on the 1 hour, we are bullish. Price could quite easily sell off into this fair value gap here. Broke structure, there's no lows, there's the lows here. And look at that, those lows are pretty equal. So that's why I marked equal lows there. And just to show you guys something else. So on the daily, I did say on Sunday, I marked this black candle's low or close, not the low, the close, with a red line, which you guys can see here. I did say then any pullback between this fair value gap up here, because that's where I think we're going to bounce from to sell shorter, or if we break through it, we are going higher to take all of this liquidity up here. But for now, we are bearish, and any pullback into this, I'll look for shorts to trade down to these liquidity areas that I've marked out here. So that's what we did yesterday. We went in, there was a short, we sold off. Today we sold down into this, and now there's this big ass candle developing to the upside. And where's that big ass candle going? It's going to these little equal highs here. This is a 15-minute chart. Equal highs in a fair value gap, big magnet for us. So, and that's not telling us to just buy randomly and hope for the best today. Price could still drop down into this fair value gap down here. There's little equal lows there. We ran it, and now we gradually moving up, not aggressively, gradually. Then obviously from a 1 minute, this is where I normally enter, but this is a scalping session, just so everybody can see. We had this big bump up here earlier, and now this is in consolidation. There's liquidity right here. We ran those. There's liquidity right here. So we were scalping in there, and we could easily just drop back into this area now if we want to. Let's see. Do you trade? Oh, hold on. The way you teach ICT confused me. All right, so guys, I'm going to answer everybody. So let's start with ICT. Thanks for the kudos of teaching it. If there's anything that you guys want me to explain from an ICT perspective, I'm happy to. And that's also the reason why I'm doing this channel. And not, I mean, even if I get a bunch of followers and all of that, great. Obviously, you know, through YouTube you can monetize and all of that stuff. But most importantly, this is for me to journal, and also for my kids when they're older, to be able to go look at it and see and learn from that, hopefully. So, and the key thing is not to put every single ICT concept on here. That confused me. It took me a while to learn ICT, and you know, through my journey, I sat back, I back tested all the stuff, and there are some stuff that doesn't make sense to me. It's not profitable for me. It's stuff that I can't see in a live market. But my strategy or the part that I've taken from ICT is very simple for me. I try to keep it simple, and it works for me. I'll take you guys through the strategy right now. Let me just read all the others. Do I trade continuation models and IFVGs? Yes, IFVGs, fair value gaps, continuations, reversals. I trade all of them. IFVGs and fair value gaps is a very big part of my strategy as well. So if you stick around, you'll see I trade it all the time. There's high probability, fair value gaps and IFVGs, and then there's IFVGs and fair value gaps that just doesn't work. It works, but it's got to be traded in the right context. Could we create a monthly candle wick? Let's see. Month. Let me just take all this off. All right. So on this, to show you guys, we are currently, so this sell-off in Nasdaq is not, it's not by chance, it's seasonal. And as you guys can see, the last pullback here was in April. We're in March. There's March. We sold off. April, nice week, ran liquidity, and then we trend again. This is a seasonal thing. We consolidate. I know everybody's talking about the war and you know, Trump and all of that, but this is normal for NQ to sell off March and April to create some sort of a wick. And what do you have? We've got a fair value gap here. So that fair value gap is where I think price will bounce from to go higher. Then if you take the swing point up to this highs, that sits in 50%. Let me show you guys. Sorry. That fair value gap. So we might go even lower than that fair value gap to go to this 50%. Now if you take this off, you'll see I've marked EQLs. There's equal lows on a daily. There's equal lows there. I'm expecting price to go to those equal lows. And then I'm going to look for buys. And then you can write that that bullish train up to the moon. All right. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything here right now. What I want to show you guys my strategy quick. Let's go to 5 minutes. It works on I execute on 1 minute. But I'm going to show you guys quickly on a 5 minute. This was here yesterday. Right, let me first check something quickly. Okay. The stream will end soon. I just want to take you guys through this quickly because I've got you all on here. So we started at 2 o'clock. So probably next 10 minutes I'll end the stream. Okay, let's see. All right. So this is my strategy. All the ICT strategy. I traded during the New York Open. So I know there's this big candle here. Ignore that. We ran that just now. I would look before market open. I would look for liquidity. There's your equal highs. Equal highs. A market open. We aggressively ran it. It's very important, guys. It's not just run it and reverse. It has to be broken or liquidated aggressively and aggressively sell off. Once that happens, so equal highs is tick 1. Tick 2 is how are we running these equal highs? Is it slowly or is it fast? Then I'm looking for a break of structure. Now this break of structure here, this is the swing point that formed before we get this expansion and reversal. Now I know I'm on the right side of the market to sell. I'm not taking a short here. I then look for price to form a new low. Normally it will pull back immediately into this fair value gap. That fair value gap, if that fair value gap in a short is above 50%, that's where I'll trade it. And what we've done here, we obviously sold off, and here everybody thought, we missed the trade. Some people jump in here because they feel like they're missing the trade. Remember what I said earlier. This red line was the close of the previous day. I then said, if you go listen to my video or my short on what I'm looking for this week, is any price above this red line, I would look for shorts. You could have taken a short here at the close of this 5 minute candle, put your stop above there and target a 2-1. I did not take a short up there. You then simply track the swing lows, and this is the low before the market pulled back above 50%, and there's a little fair value gap, there's a bigger fair value gap. You could have entered short anywhere here and put your stop above that, and obviously target this equal lows down here. If you've done this, normally it's slightly short, different. I'll explain what I'm saying now. Okay, so there's a 2.73. If you entered on here, if you entered slightly there, that's a 2.8. So it's almost a 3-to-1 trade here. I know it's consolidating, equal highs there. At this point, I thought we might see price run up again and then drop. But I mean, this is good enough to take a trade. It has the conditions, and I try to keep it as simple as that. Now, there are a bunch of other things that I mix in here, but you got to stick around for me to explain it as it, play out. I mean, I just want to go to a 1 minute here to show you guys. On a 1 minute, there's your break of structure, and here you can see clearly equal highs, a massive candle up. So why is that important? This is where people think we're going to that high up there. Breakout traders, and then aggressively drop. This is where everybody gets confused. It's like we're going lower, and people start selling down here, which is not in a premium. I mean, that's in discount. So anything below the 50% is discount, above is premium. So if you want to sell something, you sell it as expensive as you can as a premium. And if you buy something, you obviously buy it at a discount. But because we are bearish, we look for areas to sell here. There's nothing here. I mean, normally there's like a nice big fair value gap where you can target and nothing in between. But on a 5 minute, there were a few fair value gaps. And that's basically it. It shouldn't be complicated what I just explained, but as you see, as I traded and you follow me, you'll see I try to simplify it like in this scenario. We've got this big push up, and now it's consolidation. There's liquidity here. We took those. Liquidity there. We haven't pushed through yet. So we could easily overnight see, boom, a dump to take all this liquidity out and maybe consolidate again and then run higher tomorrow, whenever the news is playing out. It's all about timing. All right, so let's see. Okay, do you have videos on your strategies? I've got videos, but I need to go and shoot a new video explaining, because I've got a few things that I'm trading, the scalping strategy, the ICT strategy. So I will make one, a more detailed one, not something that's long, but something that's tried to be as simple and concise as possible. And I think that's it. I mean, we can talk more around these things, and it's best, and I think people learn more if I read price action as it evolves in a live market. So if there's anything specific you guys feel like you need more information or explanation, I'm happy for us to use a live stream to go through it step by step and see if we can spot it in the live market. Today, this is what happened today. Today we saw ran liquidity here. We aggressively ran these equal highs there, and there was liquidity here. So I took this trade just to show you guys. No, where is it? It's on another account. All right, so I traded this from here up into this blue block, and then it sold off. I did not short down here or anywhere here. This is an IFVG, if anybody was interested. So basically what this is, we ran liquidity out of a fair value gap, we inverse, but the reason I did not take this inverse is we have not break any structure yet. I want to see somewhere we break any structure, then a retest, and then I can something to validate it. And this structure wasn't broken. None of the structures were broken. This was the first place we broke structure to the upside. And I then took this fair value gap here, break structure there as well. This is where I enter my long. And I think I did it on this account. Yes, just to show you guys, I took a long here, and that wick that I showed you from earlier, this one up here, that was what I targeted today. And I closed my trade up there. That was my trade, and then obviously we took some trades now in the PM session, which you can see. It's all the trades that we took here. All right, so let's see. No, so let me show you. Let me take this off quickly. This low here, this low there, this low there, this low there. These lows here, I will consider these as equal lows. They're not 100% equal, but this low here hasn't run this one. This one hasn't run that one hasn't run. So that's liquidity. That's a trend line there. Obviously, these are more equal. It's not 100%, but that's equal lows. So there's equal highs there. And I marked out these two as equal with this one on this side, and that's where we took our trade to. So no, 100%. It doesn't have to be equal, as long as you don't use this swing low and this one as equal lows. And the reason you can't use this one has gone lower than that one. If this one was lower than the latest one, that's equal lows. But also don't look at this low and this low as equal lows. They're pretty far apart. All right, so I think that's where I'm going to stop here, because I think this price action is just going to go sideways here, and there's nothing for us to trade here. And I think closer to time we might see a bigger move. But I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 2 o'clock, and we can go through the same thing and see how the AM session has played out. And then the day after and Friday I'll be on the AM session, and Thursday we'll do PM as well. All right, so 2 p.m. New York time. That's it. All right, if you don't mind, I would like you guys to drop me a like on this live stream. It helps the channel and all of that. And then I want to thank you all for your support and, for jumping on this live stream this afternoon or wherever you are. And thanks for your time as well. That's all that I've got for you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and don't go over trade now. Just let it be and trade A+ setups. Take care, everyone. Ciao. Bye.